5 hours later.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? I hope you are all well, and I hope you're all warm because of the warmer weather. And speaking of warm, I was able to see my friends just this past weekend. Since it was warm, I went to the grocery store called H Mart. Got some soup, and we all hung out outside like a little tailgate. Of course, we all had our masks, of course, but I was able to. Well, one of my friends gave me a present, and that present is this Mystique right here. And this Mystique, I always see it at Target, and I never got around to picking it up. I did have plans to pick it up, but luckily, because of seeing my friends, I was able to acquire it through. It was a more so like a Christmas slash birthday gift, and I'm very thankful to have such thoughtful friends.
You know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm going to cry some more.
The X-Men universe, the cinematic X-Men universe, was very big for me because it was like one of the first things that I saw in high school where I was like, oh my god, waited like 15 years to see this. And looking back on it, it doesn't hold up, but now they carry such a nostalgic feeling for me. This box is pretty awesome. I mean, it has like that whole Danger Room feeling. Of course, this is the Rebecca Romaine, no longer Stamos Mystique. You get a few accessories, not too many, but the real feature is the figure. Looks great. Let's see here. Really looks good. And turn around the box. That is a good looking box. Right there. The back is really nice. It's so simple yet effective. But speaking of effective, let us open up this box and see what it could do.
Real trap shit.
Love.
Alright, so that was a clean pull. Let's take a look at the figure now. And first impressions, I really love the sculpting. The sculpting is amazing. The likeness to Rebecca Romaine's characterization of Mystique looks great. I like it so far. First things that I noticed as I was moving the figure, the head is also like already pretty loose, and I just took it out of the box.
Oh my.
So I know Hasbro has been having issues with loose joints, and this is one of those instances. Let's get into the I guess the articulation. So it looks like there's a ball joint at the head. You don't see much kibble. Like you'd have to hold the figure up just to see the kibble, but it's already loose, which is concerning. There is a ball joint at the arm, but it looks pretty seamless. Like it's not like you don't have like a bicep to shoulder joint right here, so you cannot have like a swivel and I guess that is in part to an effort to create realism of the figure, just so they could make the sculpting look really good. I'm actually not mad at that, because once I am done with this review, I'm just going to find a spot where I could display the figure. The elbows are single jointed, and because of that, let's see how far the elbow can go up. So I want to say that's at least 75 degrees. Let's see here. Same thing on this side. Yeah, about the same. Let's see. There is a ab crunch, or at least a upper torso crunch. Let's see how far you could go down. And not too far down. Yeah, that's not too far. Yeah. But at least you have the ability to do that. You do not have a hip swivel, so there's no hip swivel. Although you do get the great sculpting on the figure. You get a ball joint at the upper thigh to hip. Right here is what I'm talking about. And then you get the thigh swivel, which is not loose at all, which is good. Feels good and tight. And then you get double jointed knees, and that goes pretty far back, which is good. Mystique was pretty, I guess, flexible in the movies. So having the ability to create those poses is an added bonus. And then you also get a joint at the, sorry about that, at the ankle. Trying to remember anatomy. You can go pretty far back. You do a full calf raise, actually. There you go. Do some ballet with this figure, and that looks good. That is the extent of the articulation. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. And you get a ball joint at the wrist to hand. Good. Yep. And then you also have a couple of alternative hand and arm accessories. So that right there. You also have an extra open hand, or like grappling hand, and then you get another fist. But I think for Mystique, I would prefer for her to have both open grappling hands, because she was more of a finesse fighter, and not much of a bruiser, and she was very shifty. So I prefer her to have those open grappling hands, because she was very much of a finesse fighter, and I think that's a better look for her as well. Overall, I love the sculpting. I think in exchange for the lack of articulation, you get this very beautiful sculpting of the figure. I think the intent for this particular figure is they were trying to portray it as accurately as possible to the characterization of Mystique from the movies, and I think they succeeded in that particular endeavor. I would love for them to have better, I guess, ab crunch or like upper torso articulation. I mean, you just can't move it that much. And then I am not upset at the shoulder to bicep, the lack of like swivel, but I would have liked the swivel to be at the waist. I think that would have been I think that is sorely missing for this particular figure, although I do really like that sculpting. I think I guess since it is like a monochromatic figure for the most part, only being like this one blue color, I think it would probably be at best a big bonus to have those added articulation spots, just because I just remember Mystique being I guess like a very quick and agile character for those X-Men movies, and having the ability to create those poses would be great for this figure. But overall, I think this figure succeeds in the articulation. It succeeds in the I guess in the aesthetics and how well it really matches up to the character in those X-Men movies. I like this figure a lot. Despite its lack of articulation, I give it 2 thumbs up. Especially since it's a gift. I mean, I think it just, if someone gifts something to me, I think it adds more importance to me, and I place more value on it, as opposed to if I would have picked it up myself. But this is a really big added addition. It's a big addition to my X-Men collection, which is growing every year, and every year they add new and awesome figures, and I'm happy to have this. Thank you to my friends who gave this to me for my birthday / Christmas present. I am very thankful to have you all as friends, and I'm very thankful to have viewers as well. Thank you for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is Mystique from the Marvel Legends line. Thanks for watching, y'all. Take care.